So good evening and Hare Krishna, and deepest respects to all of you, dearest friends, dearest devotees. Welcome to our Wednesday day, where we speak about connection of life and the wisdom, how to discover yourself, and how to enter into understanding of different wonderful things of this world, into understanding of ourselves, into understanding of God, into understanding of different laws rolling around us, and how to apply them in our life. My name is Ojasvi Das, for all those who don't know, maybe. And together with my wife, we are performing these live streams already for many times, for some years, and in different shapes. And because of this situation in the world when everything started to become online thing, a lot of things actually, we also started to perform our things, what we usually do, our project, the aspects of our project online too. So usually, as I already described, we speak about the wisdom, we speak about the connecting with yourself, searching and defining your own self in this world and in relation with the Lord. Also, very often we sing, as you probably know already, wonderful kirtan and wonderful songs and mantras, ancient timeless mantras. And for today we have a wonderful topic and we have wonderful songs together to sing with you. We will have a song called Radha Krishna Bol. It's a very beautiful song. We will have different introducing mantras to the spiritual dimension, and finally we will sing something what will come. But especially today we prepared one beautiful song for you, and the topic which is called 9 ways to connect with the Lord, with the God and Krishna. Or if you call God in another name, it's totally, of course, normal and beautiful, because all names are His names. Like Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual master of Hare Krishna movement, he said that religion is like a cube of sugar. The cube of sugar you can shape in different forms, you can color it in different colors, but the cube of sugar will always stay sweet. So in the same way, the essence, the point of every religion, like religion in translation means to connect yourself, religare, it comes from the Latin word, the same meaning like a meaning of word yoga. To me, it means to connect yourself, to link yourself with the Lord, with yourself, with the universe, with everything what is the part of your amazing life. But still, we don't experience our lives amazing, and tonight we will speak a wonderful topic about the 9 ways to connect with the Lord. It's a very ancient science of this 9 authentic and wonderful ways to connect with the Lord. For sure, we will not finish today, and we will have it maybe for 3 times, I think. But we will start with the most important way, or let's say aspect of connecting ourselves with the Lord, which is the first one. And now we can start to sing a little bit. Hare Namaho Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshata Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna So thank you very much. We were singing a little bit, relaxing our soul, let's say like this. And also, when the soul is relaxed, our bodies, our minds, our emotions, everything comes to the balance. When our soul is in contact with the Lord, everything comes in wonderful, wonderful harmony. So therefore, by thinking about this today, I was, and the previous days, I was a little bit considering the topic about the 9 ways of connecting ourselves with the Lord. After we will sing the song which I promised to you, and the 9 ways to connect with the Lord. So, to connect with the Lord, to connect with the source of creation, with the source of the world, it's something very unique, very special. I remember for my childhood, I was thinking, I don't know how I was thinking about this, but I was thinking that what is the source of the world? Where and when everything began, you know? How to connect with this? And it is described that to connect with the Lord represents the highest manifestation of consciousness. So that means that our consciousness, it's like it is described in yoga scriptures, is on some kind of like a journey. And somewhere on this journey we are now present. And the highest manifestation of that consciousness, actually the awakening of this consciousness, represents the connection with the Lord. And this is achieved like it is described in yoga scriptures, in Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures, very ancient, let's say timeless scriptures, that to connect yourself with the Lord, you must enter into the path of bhakti. Bhakti means devotion. And it is something what is essential for all of us. And how to understand this, it's very easy, it's very, very jolly thing, because it's everything about emotion. It's about not emotion which we are experiencing maybe now in this moment, mixed with different fears, with different prejudices, with different anxieties and uncertainties or such things, but emotion which is coming from the deep core of our heart. It's something very unique, something very genuine, and it's not the temporary manifestation of our mind. So in the connection with the Lord, our personality is fully manifested or let's say appeared. So this is something what we all desire. That was my aspiration, and because I remember once long time ago I visited my friend astrologer, and he just short the story. I told him about my story, and he was watching my horoscope, and in one moment he told me, in 2020 something, you will feel like this, you will do this. And I was, in this moment, I was totally shocked, and I was thinking, my God, if it's written there somewhere how I will feel and how I will move, then where is me? What is about me here? I want to enjoy the world, I want to enjoy my life, I want to be someone who is experiencing my life, not that someone else is experiencing my life. So all those questions, and that specific shock which happened to me a long time ago in I think it was 1994, somewhere there. Yeah, it was war in Bosnia, and I was very much, I didn't know then some knowledge, like yogic knowledge, and I was very, very lost. I didn't know what to do, and I was like thirsty. I was thirsty to know, who am I? Where is my free will? How can I reach my free will? How can I enjoy life with me, with myself, not with my conceptions, with my false assumptions, with my prejudices, with my fears, with all such things, anxieties and all those things which we see that most of us passing our lives in such a state. There's one very nice example which can be like comparison to our situation. Like one gentleman, he came to the theater to see the concert, and the hall where the concert was performed was very big, and he was walking. He was somewhere in the middle there, and he was walking 5 minutes. 5 minutes till he reached his seat, and finally he sat down. Finally he take a deep breath and relax to listen wonderful sounds of the music. And in one moment he remembered that he forgot to lock the car, and he left the car in a very bad area where a lot of thieves are there. But he couldn't now go outside, and he was on the concert, but he couldn't enjoy this concert, and he was constantly thinking about the car, how he left him unlocked, and how any moment the thieves can take anything and take the whole car. And he was listening music, but not constantly worrying, and constantly in anxiety, constantly in fear. What will happen? Concert finished. He didn't experience almost nothing. He just heard some sounds. He was not solving his problem. He was not on the concert. He was just in total confusion. What to do? And that he spent like this the whole concert. In the same way, our lives very simply can pass in this way. So therefore, we can now speak a little bit about how to approach to these 9 ways of connecting with the Lord. I will just read them. Just a second. I will read them shortly so that you know what it is about. So, first process is the hearing about the Lord. So this is the first process, and these processes are mentioned and are spoken by Sri Prahlad Maharaj in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is a wonderful story, and you maybe, if you have opportunity, please read it. It's a very amazing story. It's a very deep story, and it's connected with so many wonderful pastimes of the Lord, and you can hear and read there wonderful qualities of the devotee, of someone who is in contact with the Lord. It's so much beauty. So first way is the hearing about the Lord. It's called Shravana. It's listening. It's this wonderful, amazing thing. Second, chanting His glories, Kirtanam. This is very famous all over the world. Now we can hear everywhere a lot of people chanting different mantras in the names of the Lord in different religions and yoga processes. Number 3, remembering Him, Smaranam. So you're remembering what you heard, you thinking about your chanting, your singing, and this way you're remembering. So number 4, serving and meditating upon His lotus feet, Padasevanam, it's called on Sanskrit. So it's worshipping and serving His lotus feet somehow, of His deity, or doing something for His deity in the temple, or just meditating on His lotus feet. 5, worshipping Him. Kirtanam, Archanam. Pardon, Archanam, it slipped from my mind. It's Archanam, it's worshipping the Lord. Number 6, it's Vandanam, praying. So when you're worshipping, when you do these things, when you're remembering, just all this becomes very much clear to you, and you start to do Vandanam or praying. So you start to pray. And slowly, Lord is not anymore the thing as the object of your meditation, but He becomes a present. You start to feel Him and you start to pray. And slowly you start to hear how He's hearing your prayers. As more prayers are honest, it's better. The number 7, dasyam, serving the Lord, executing some things which He likes you to do for Him, which which are needed to be done for Him, or which you'd like to do for Him also. Number 8, serving as a friend, sakyam. This is wonderful. After some time of serving, you enter into the mood and you start to remember. You start to remember more and more, and this dasyam becomes sakyam. It becomes something where some emotions, deeper emotions of some friendship starts to appear. And of course, what you do with your good friend, with the best friend, what you do. And we're coming to the last point, it's the 9th, and it's a complete surrender. Atma Nivedanam. So this means complete surrender. So you surrender yourself to your best friend. Here you will do everything for your best friend, and your best friend will do everything for you. Of course, now we just mentioned them shortly, and we will come back to our presentation. So love is the perfection of life. Love is the wonderful, wonderful, sweet perfection of life, where we are able to express all aspects of our personality, where we are able to live our potentials without any disruption. And connection with God extracts our highest self. How is it possible? We will hear in the following discussion. And after we will sing together the song, which is very beautiful, and we will read wonderful translation. And we can say that connection with the Lord, on the first place, brings ultimate peace. It brings us complete peace, where we know, we experience that this world is a manifestation of a brilliant mind, of brilliant intelligence, and it moves very beautifully. And you know that there is a higher intelligence, that there is not only higher intelligence, but like we mentioned previously in this 8th sakyam, you start to feel He is your best friend. He's really your best friend. And therefore, you know that the master of universe, the one who constructed everything, who created everything, the time, the karma, the opulence, the abundance, everything is His. We all just possess something in the moment, momentarily, very temporarily, and we go away from here and we lose everything. But He always possesses everything. We even don't possess this body. This body is also not ours. This is just temporary vehicle which helps us to, or like is described in Bhagavad Gita, it's called yantra. It's a transportation, the vehicle which helps us to go over through lives and to grow. So we are all, like it is described like a diamonds, and the diamond in the dark, when we don't have a awakened consciousness, when we are not in contact with the Lord, or like when the diamond is not in contact with the sun, it's like it's in darkness. It doesn't shine His own glory, His own beauty. But when you put the diamond on the sun, it starts to shine. It's the same way when we awake to our original position, to our original emotions, our original personality, which is hidden deep down inside, we start to shine like a diamond on the sun. And until we don't do this, until we are in the darkness, we have some slight, maybe even very strong, maybe you can see in yourself, I can see in myself definitely, some confusion of emotions and purpose. And this is something what we cannot live without this. How many people, how many of us are killing ourselves, making suicides because of love, making suicides because we don't feel purpose? making so awful things because we miss those two things, emotions and purpose. And the connection with the Lord is something what is proven in whole history, in modern times, in far history, that it helped many people to reach their full emotions and full purpose. And not only this, that we awaken our purpose and our emotions, we have clarity, total clarity when we are connected with Him. We walk in our everyday with the clarity, with the safety, even if we feel uncertain, we know that this situation is bringing something extraordinary, beautiful. So we are free, we are jumping, we have faith, we know, we have trust in the Lord that He prepared something wonderful for us. And we, if we knew, it will be boring, it will be not exciting, and probably we will not grow. Like many of us, we experience some troubles, some adversities in life, some traumas, and they changed our lives, they transformed us. And we would never do this to ourselves. We would never do these moves. Some unfortunate, let's say, situations which actually make us awake, helped us a lot to make some moves which can change our life from the root. And connection with the Lord, yes, brings lightness, brings freedom in dealing with anxiety, tensions, hatred, worry, with fears. Probably you all have this, experience. Even if you don't think that God exists, if you're somewhere deep down, disappointed in God, even then, actually, you're associating with Him and asking from Him help. How can you know this? In one verse in this Vedic scriptures in one scripture called Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described that how can we know that we are communicating with the Lord? How can we recognize the presence of the Lord in the heart? And this verse says that we can recognize this, we can notice this by searching the help from intelligence. The intelligence is something very peculiar. No, there's some word like this, I forgot. It's something very unique, something special. You can see if you observe, if you pay attention when you meditate, or if you meditate, I mean when you're present in whatever you do, when you're cooking, when you're taking care about this, when you're putting salt in your soup, or you're making tea, or you're painting something, or whatever you do, if you pay attention, you will see that you're always asking help from intelligence. From where that intelligence gets the answers, this is something very mysterious. So you're asking, what should I do now? And some answer comes through intelligence. And you communicate, yes, yeah, but I need this, but we are not aware. We're so much self-centered that we don't notice, because of reasonable reasons and so much troubles we could have. We cannot notice, we don't have this space, this wideness of our inner space, and therefore we don't notice that actually we are communicating constantly with the Lord, and you're getting answers from Him. So we always have inner dialogue. So those are some things which are recognizable as something which connection with the Lord gives. Why we should surrender to this personality? How can we know that He is the God, that He is the Supreme Lord, that He is the source of everything? That thing is, from one side, very easy to explain and to know, to understand, and from other side is also very hard. It's very hard when we are disturbed, when we cannot catch ourselves, when we are in anxiety, in distress, or when we are in traumas, and living in the fears and reacting by the fears. It's very hard. But when we catch some peace, when we catch some inner space and wideness of our inner world, we can understand very easily that there is someone from whom everything started. You can observe the science. The scientists today, the quantum physics, they're saying that nothing can be moved, nothing can be created without the mind. The mind is the source of all movements, of all creation. And what is the mind which is behind this great creation? We are speaking about small creations, our small world, our small lives, beautiful lives. But who is behind the all creation? And who is the source of all the thoughts which are coming? And who is the source of when we meet accidentally with someone and we experience something beautiful? Who is the source when two meet together and fell in love, and they, after celebrating how they met each other so wonderfully? So, through these simple examples, we can know that there is something manifesting our lives, manifesting the variety and the conditions and the moments and the details of this wonderful existence. And for example, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, he said, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam parvartate. I will not recite now the whole verses, but he says, I am the source of all worlds, material and spiritual. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am of all the source. And he said, Brahmano hi pratishtaham amritasya avyayasya cha. Shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya ikantakasya cha. He said that there are some people who experience spirituality, who experience some great light, some great spiritual energy, the oneness, and that is called Brahman, the spirit, the all-pervading spirit. And Lord Krishna said, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the basis of impersonal Brahman, of this energy Brahman. Actually, this Brahman is the glow of his body. So this is very interesting. For those who maybe didn't heard about this is very beautiful. All this energy which you're experiencing in deep meditation, and this greatness and glory all around. That's the Brahman, that's the spirit, all-pervading spirit, emanation of Lord Krishna's body. And he said also, I am the essence of all. Everything exists on me like pearls strung on a thread. So like we have a necklace, and there is a thread inside, and all the pearls are strung on that thread. In the same way, Lord Krishna is like this thread, and all the pearls are strung on that thread. And he is the original consciousness and the mind. Like we mentioned, the scientists, all modern scientists, not maybe all, but most of them, those who are a little bit more open, not so much attached to their own vision of the world. Like one sage, he said, there are two worlds existing, my world and the real world. So there is a big difference between the real world and the my world. My world is concentrated about me, and I would like that everything moves as I would like. I would like that everyone fulfills my expectations, and that everyone follows my path, because I'm the right. I'm the chosen one, And there is one Vedic saying which says that Atmavan manyate jagat, that every person thinks that the whole world is like him. So this is something which needs to be shifted, which needs to be changed a little bit, or become object of our awareness, that we become aware of it, so that we can adjust it properly, so that we don't hurt ourselves and we don't hurt others, and that we can connect finally and have a love and wonderful, blissful life. So, as we mentioned, we will speak about the first one, just a little bit, about the first process of connecting ourselves with the Lord. And there are 9 of them. And these 9 processes are presented, like we mentioned, by Prahlad Maharaj, one wonderful, wonderful devotee, mentioned in the scriptures. It was very, very long time ago. I will not now speak about this story, you can read it. And if you're interested where you can find it, you can contact us and we will tell you gladly with the full heart. And anyone who performs any of these individually, each of these 9 processes, that person can reach absolute perfection. And all those 9 processes, you can perform them all, you can perform some of them, you can perform one, but they grant the all perfection to anyone who performs them with the heart. And it's absolutely in accordance or in alignment with the masters of yoga, with the masters of bhakti, and with the masters of, and with the scriptures, actually. So first one is Shravanam. Shravanam is the miracle. Everything starts from the Shravanam or listening. So Maharaj Parikshit, one king actually, who was, I would just shortly say, he knew that he will die in 7 days. And he was a wonderful example. There are many examples, of course, like Hanuman also, but Hanuman is mentioned for like other example. But let's say on Maharaj Parikshit, he was listening so carefully. Srimad Bhagavatam, the 7 days before he knew that he will die, and he reached the perfection. So through listening, only 7 days he was listening with attention and with deep respect, and he reached full understanding. Wherever we are, whatever we want to achieve, through listening, and only through listening, we can achieve that goal. And this is really, really mysterious. It's a really wonderful thing. And there is a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is just accepting the sound, let's say, through the mechanic of this device or ear. But listening means to understand the meaning which is there behind the message which we heard. And we can if we don't understand completely, if some part of message which we heard we didn't heard, we can clarify it with the person who is speaking. The listening can help us in understanding the music, in the singing, in relationships, and chanting, in meditation, in work, in business, in everything, in sport, whatever we want to do. Listening is the first step. Without good listening, there is no way that we can achieve what we desire. We have one seminar about the listening, like a miracle, listening as a miracle, and it's very beautiful. Hopefully we will again share it with you on this online processes, on the line streaming. And so listening, especially when we speak about in these terms, when we speak about listening or Shravanam, we can say it's hearing about the Lord, listening about His pastimes, about His glories, and you can ask yourself, how can I listen about the pastimes of the Lord, my God? How can I listen about the glories of the Lord? Where to read this? Where to listen this? Where to listen pastimes of the Lord? What He was doing? How is that? Nobody saw Him. What to say about reading and hearing about His pastimes, His games, and what He was doing, how He walks, how He talks, how He looks. All this is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Vedic scriptures. It's totally nicely described. Of course, it's very hard to understand the Lord's form and pastimes, but as we reading and hearing about the pastimes of the Lord and His glories, our heart or the mirror of our mind, it's cleansing, it's slowly cleansed, and it's like a mirror. When you're watching yourself in the dirty mirror, you cannot understand nothing. But when you're cleaning the mirror of the heart, you start to see, that's me. Yes, that is the purpose. So in the similar way, when we hear about the Lord, slowly the mirror is cleansed and we start to see the true reflection. And definitely, we can hear, we can do this. It's very, very beautiful. It's very important. It will bring us fortune in all aspects of life. It doesn't mean you need to go to the cave. Like there is one example, like rich person came to the yogi and he said to him, my dear yogi, please help me, I'm so disturbed, I cannot know how reach the happiness which I felt before. I'm so miserable, I'm so poor. Actually, even if I have so many millions of I have all abundance of money and everything, and servants and everything, I have everything, but I don't have happiness. And the yogi said, you must go to your cave. And the rich man, he said, no, I have to leave everything. No, he said, you don't need to leave anything. You just enter into the cave of your heart. So we don't need to leave anything. Some things we can reduce, so we can cut some things which are unhealthy for us, for our emotions, for our mind, for our relationships, wonderful relationships which we got by the mercy of the Lord. Everything what is preventing us to live our potentials, to live our life as it is, we can reduce and slowly, step by step, put them on the proper place. So this is something very good, and definitely you can sometimes listen to some nice person, speaking about the Lord Krishna, it doesn't need to be to speak directly about the Lord Krishna. If you're following what he says that he wants you to do, that you do something, that you behave like this, that you think like this, that you do this and this, that's also glorifying the Lord. So you maybe it's even more important, like Jesus Christ said, you're coming to me and you're saying, my Lord, I came to you, but I don't know you. He said, Jesus Christ said, I don't know you, follow what I said. So sometimes it's more great to follow what he says than to look great without following actually what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to behave, how we're supposed to think, and how we're supposed to speak and communicate with others. So this is something what I wanted to share with you today. So we just started this wonderful topic of 9 ways or processes of connection with the Lord, and they're very beautiful. Please join us next Wednesday when we will continue with this topic. And now I will just sing this song which I promised to you. It's called Radha Krishna Bol Bol, and I will translate this song to you. Radha Krishna bolo 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 re shobai. Radha Krishna bolo 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 re shobai. Shika diya sabna diya. Diya sabna diya pirche neche gonitay mayar boshe jacho beshe kacho habu dububai. Bolo Radha Krishna bolo 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 re shobai. So here they sing, chant Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. When Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda came dancing through Nadia, they gave these teachings. Chant Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. You are caught up in a whirlpool of senseless action and is sinking lower and lower. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. So there was dancing through Nadia, through one special place in Mayapur and in Bengal. And there was chanting, loudly saying, Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. Second. Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. Jiv Krishna Das E Vishwas, Krishna Das E Vishwas, Korle to ar dukho nai, bolbe jabe pola khabe, jorbe anki bolitai, bolo Radha Krishna, bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. If you just understand that the spirit soul is the eternal servant of Krishna, you will never have any more sorrows. Chant Hare Krishna and your eyes will fill with tears and your body will feel transcendental shivering. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna, everyone chant. Radha Krishna, bolo bolo. Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. Radha Krishna, bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. Krishna bolo, sange chalo. Krishna bolo, oh sange chalo. Krishna bolo, sange chalo. Ei matra bikachai. Krishna bolo, sange chalo, ei matra bikochai, saka gipo bhakti bino. Bole jakon onam gai, saka gipo bhakti bino. Bole jakon onam gai, Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo Reshoba. Simply chant Radha Krishna and join with us. Those are the only alms we beg. Chant, chant Radha Krishna, everyone chant. All dangers will be gone when that name is chanted. Says Bhaktivinoda Thakur, chant, chant Radha Krishna, everyone chant. So we can hear here in this song that Gaurnitai or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they're dancing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation, the direct personal incarnation of the Lord, is the Krishna himself with the emotions of Radha. And he came to taste how is to be the devotee, how is to feel bhakti, to feel emotions to the Lord. Because he was amazed, I am the supreme of Lord of everything, I am creator of everything, of all worlds. And I'm supposed to feel the greatest happiness, but I see my devotees, they're experiencing greater happiness than me. Then I want to taste what they're tasting. And he appeared like a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Directly Lord Krishna appeared like a Chaitanya to spread the glories of the holy name and to experience how it is to be a devotee. And sometimes, because I'm not English speaking person, sometimes I forget the words, but there's one specific word. But in this place they sang, chant Radha Krishna. They were dancing around in Nadia, in Bengal, there, in the area of Bengal, and it was 500 and a little bit more years ago. So they're chanting here, and also Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the great devotee who composed this song, according to the testimonies of Shastra or scriptures, and experiences of great souls, great devotees. He composed this song, and his emotions, of course. He composed this song where he says also, yes, chant Radha Krishna, everyone chant, because to chant the names of Radha Krishna is something very special. So you can chant Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo re shobhai. Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo re shobhai. Radha Krishna bolo bolo, bolo re shobhai. Oh, shika diya, sabna diya, shika diya, sabna diya. Shika diya, sabna diya, pirche meche kornita. Mayer boshe, jacho beshe, kacho habu dububai. Radha Krishna, bolo bolo, bolo reshobai. Radha Krishna, bolo bolo, bolo reshobai. So thank you, dearest friends and dear devotees. Thank you for your support, for your wonderful blessings and kind, well-wishing heart. So hopefully you was enjoying this evening and in listening about this introduction to the 9 ways or 9 processes of connecting ourselves with the Lord. So you can think about listening, which we mentioned already. Go more into listening, because only with the listening you can attain complete perfection of life. Because through listening, through awareness, through attention, to gratefulness for everything what is happening around you and inside of you, you can achieve everything what you need. And you can achieve opulence, which you need, and at the same time you can be happy. So you don't need to sacrifice happiness for abundance, neither you need to sacrifice abundance for your happiness. Everything can be nicely connected with the Lord, according to your nature, according to your position, to what you have. So thank you very much, dear devotees and dear friends, and please have a good evening, have a good night. You can join us on our vocal course. This will be wonderful journey, wonderful experience for you. If you wish to join us on our vocal course, you can contact us and ask for the details. And if you like our project, if you like what we do, you can support our fundraising campaign on the Go Get Fund Me page. We have the links in the bio and under this video, or also in Instagram and YouTube. So it will be very great help. It will be very useful for us, and we could really give you a better quality of everything what we do, and we will have more energy, more time to do it with a more faster and with more quality. So thank you very much, and we wish you wonderful rest of night or the day, depends on where you are. So thank you very much and good evening. So I will here finish now.